So you work for a large traditional organization, you know, the kind with a large top-down management hierarchy, divisions, offices, etc. You or your leadership are considering using Kanban boards to manage work throughout the organization. Sounds like a great idea. So you Google how to use Kanban and navigate the results. All is good until you realize that all the how-tos and advice about implementing Kanban boards focus on small teams. How do you leverage Kanban boards to manage processes that span multiple functional organizations and management hierarchies? This video shows you how. Welcome to the Agile Cheetah channel. I'm Frank Velazquez. I explain Agile and DevOps concepts so you can successfully apply them within your team or across your organization. If you want to improve how your organization develops software, manages software systems development, or fosters organizational agility, then please subscribe and hit the notification bell so you won't miss any of our future videos. Kanban implementations typically fail because of a lack of understanding of how to manage a Kanban. People see Kanban boards as merely a way to post and visualize status. They treat Kanban boards like to-do lists rather than as tools for managing work processes. The end result are cluttered boards full of items that never seem to close. They fail to provide visibility into what's going on, so people spend increasing amounts of time discussing status. Eventually, people give up on using Kanban boards and go back to tracking work via emails, activity reports, and status meetings. In this video, I am skipping discussions about what a Kanban board is and how they are used to focus on how to develop a Kanban system capable of supporting processes that span large traditional organizations. I link to videos that explain the basics of Kanban in the description. To explain the concepts of developing a Kanban system, I'll use a fictional aircraft manufacturing company as an example. I chose a manufacturing example because it is easier to grasp the concepts when talking about a tangible and well-known product rather than an abstract software system. However, these concepts apply to virtually any business or mission domain. This is the organizational hierarchy of our fictional aircraft manufacturing company. It is a functional hierarchy in that the company's chief executive oversees groups responsible for company functions such as R&D, manufacturing, marketing, finance, and procurement. This fictional company is small, with approximately 100 employees. The flat structure of the company reflects its small size. Over time, the company hires more people as it grows the breadth and scope of its business. Eventually, it becomes a large aircraft manufacturer that delivers complete aircraft and supplies large aircraft components to other manufacturers. Just as before, the company's structure reflects its size. The company's structure is now both divisional and functional. The company has three divisions: a propulsion division, avionics division, and an airframe division. Each division is structured more or less as its own company with their own R&D, manufacturing, marketing, finance, and procurement organizations. This structure reflects the fact that each division develops components for internal aircraft builds as well as external customers. Like most organizations, management, planning, and execution responsibilities are delegated from the top down. At the same time, different parts of the organization are dedicated to specific specialties. Specialization based on product lines, component types, and employee roles occurs throughout the company. Splitting the company's structure across divisions and functions has its benefits. First, the organization develops experts within its divisional and functional areas. Second, employee work aligns with their skills. And third, it is an organizational structure that is logical and easy to understand. At the bottom of the organization are the work teams who turn planning and resources into value. Above them in the hierarchy are frontline managers who ensure work teams are delivering value in alignment with company strategy and customer needs. The next level is middle management. Middle managers lead the managers below them while serving managers above. They oversee execution of lower levels of the organization with help from lower level managers. At the top of the corporate hierarchy is upper management. Like all other managers throughout the hierarchy, they depend on low-level managers for the information they need to make decisions at their level. Upper management defines the strategic vision of the organization and works with middle management to define strategic plans, goals, and objectives. Middle management, in turn, works with frontline managers to turn company strategic plans, goals, and objectives into tactical plans. Frontline managers oversee execution of tactical plans by work teams. Unfortunately, there are also drawbacks to splitting the company structure across divisions and functions. Often, divisions and functional organizations become silos that fail to coordinate or communicate with other parts of the organization. As a result, it becomes harder to promote and sustain cross-functional initiatives. Accumulation of expertise and experience in specific parts of the company may hamper cooperation and the ability to enact change across the organization. Stratification of management levels runs throughout the company, including its divisions and functional areas. Here we see how the management level hierarchy cuts across all three company divisions. Division vice presidents are part of the upper management in this hierarchy. Here we see how functional and management level structures cross-cut the propulsion division. Each functional lead is a middle manager. The other two company divisions are structured similarly. As I stated earlier, each division produces components for internal aircraft production as well as external clients. In the case of the propulsion division, they develop aircraft propulsion systems. At the most basic level, the division earns revenue from delivering propulsion systems. Much work happens between the time a customer signs an order and when the division collects payment on a delivered system. The division's functional organizations work together to deliver the order on time, within budget, and to customer specifications. At the same time, teams within the functional organizations work together to produce their function's contribution to the delivery. Individual efforts within the functional areas are integrated across the division. There's also coordination and cooperation between the propulsion division and chief executive staff, as well as with other company divisions. The link between order and payment for aircraft orders is similar. The difference is that there is more work and coordination between the divisions and executive leadership. The two main elements of any Kanban board are the process steps each work item passes through within a swim lane and the items themselves. Scaling Kanban is really about adding more Kanbans across the organization. We'll see what that looks like as we walk down the company's hierarchy from the president down through the propulsion division's lowest levels of the R&D functional area. We start with upper management and see that the chief executive staff and each of the division's VPs track progress via their own Kanban boards. The same is true of all 5 functional directors across the company. Frontline managers within each functional area have their own Kanban views, and so do the work teams. It becomes obvious from looking at this graphic that the status information and work items tracked at each management level differ. Each and every one of these Kanban views are contextually aligned to the management level and the work processes being tracked. Aligning Kanban views across a large organization requires us to take into account 2 factors. The first factor involves the business processes executed at each organizational level. Kanban boards at each level of the organization include process steps for work processes performed at that level. For example, the work performed at the chief executive level of the company is very different from that performed at work team levels. Thus, at both levels, work processes and the Kanban boards that represent them vary significantly. This is true across all the company's managerial levels. The second factor in aligning Kanban views across a large organization is the relative scope and duration of tracked items. Going back to this view, we see how the nature of the work performed at different levels of the company's hierarchy changes from supporting strategic decision-making to tactical execution. Thus, Kanban items at higher levels of the corporate hierarchy tend to be larger in scale and longer lived than Kanban items at lower levels of the hierarchy. For example, the president of the company is likely tracking individual work items that span months and cost millions to billions of dollars, while work teams are likely tracking much smaller items that complete within days or hours. The scope and duration of Kanban items naturally shrink the lower down the hierarchy we go. The main takeaway from this video is that managing Kanban work items across multiple managerial levels and functional areas is not just a matter of rolling items up from lower level Kanban boards or views into higher level ones. We must implement a system of Kanbans that are contextually aligned to work processes executed at their respective functional areas and managerial levels. To learn more about Agile, DevOps, and organizational agility, head to the Agile Cheetah website at agilecheetah.com. You can also follow us on LinkedIn and Facebook. Also, check out Agile Cheetah Academy. You'll find online courses that go beyond teaching you about Scrum. Our courses transform people into Agile leaders capable of applying the values and principles of Agile, Lean, and DevOps to solve tough problems through better software solutions. Links are posted in the video's description. Again, if you enjoyed this video and want to see more content like this, please click on the like icon, subscribe to the channel, and click on the bell notification icon so you won't miss anything. Thank you. Until next time, this has been Frank Velazquez with Agile Cheetah.